Hi everyone, welcome to Shelf Control. I'm Norm. Today I thought I would do a little bit of a video praising some publishers for things that they've done. There seems to be a lot of negativity towards some publishers.
What? No.
I was looking through my games and I noticed that there's some publishers that I feel have gone above and beyond what they were required to do, and I thought I'd share some of those experiences with you. I've got uh, five five different publishers here that, to varying degrees, I thought did more than what was necessary, and so I'll just get started. Let me move some of these out of the way so we can talk about some. And I think the first one, probably the most minor of the publishers, is Emperor S4 with the Geisha's Road Kickstarter. They had the 2-pack of games, and when it arrived, I noticed that two of the cards inside, I think it was the green and the yellow. The colors are pretty close. And the game does have different symbols for the different colors to aid those who are colorblind. But I noticed that in the game, the yellow and green had their symbols switched on the cards that go out on the table, not the playing cards themselves. And so if someone happened to be colorblind and was using those symbols, it'd be difficult for them to play because the cards in their hands wouldn't match with the symbol if everyone else is playing off colors and they're playing off symbols. And so I had just sent an email to them letting them know what I found, and it turned out that they already knew that, and they immediately mailed me out a set of the reprinted cards with the symbols on them, which I thought was really nice. I didn't even ask for replacements for them, but it's one of those things where if you were playing just with people you knew and they weren't colorblind, it wouldn't be a problem. You just play with the colors. But if you have a group of people coming in and out, it's nice that they did send the replacements for that. So this is kind of an honorable mention, the fifth one here, because they did fix a problem that they had that may not have been a big deal to me, but would have been a big deal to some. So it makes sense that they did that. So next, let's go with Cellofair and Gloomhaven. I'm using the Jaws of the Lion box here as the box to bring to the table because we have the other box set up, taken apart upstairs, holding all the components because me and Lisa and our son are going through the scenario Gloomhaven. I didn't feel like dragging the box down here, but we had played the game before at a friend's house, and we'd left things set up on the table, and they had pets, so we'd move everything to the center of the table. But we did come back one time and find that their dog had enjoyed the Mind Thief, chewed up the mini, and chewed up some of the cards for the Mind Thief. It must have not been as far from the edge of the table as we thought. And so I sent an email to Cellofair letting them know what happened and asking if I could purchase a replacement mini and cards for the Mind Thief, and they just sent me out a new mini and cards and replaced it, even though the the problem with the pieces were not their fault. It was the dog's fault, and they replaced that for me. And so I appreciate them doing that. So Cellofair, I think went above and beyond. I was perfectly willing to pay for the replacement because it was our fault that the dog ate it. Let's do Detective Club from Blue Orange Games. This one, there was just one piece that was missing. It was one of the colored rectangles that is numbered 1 or 2 because you put 2 cards on, and it just lets you know where to put them down. It doesn't really affect gameplay that much, but I thought I'd check and see if they had replacements for it, and so I sent an email to Blue Orange and didn't hear back for a while, and I mean, I was okay with that. I was starting to look for, I think it was the white piece. I was looking for a piece of white cardboard that I could cut to the right shape and draw right the 1 and the 2 on it, so it'd be fine. And this plays up to 8 people. If you're playing with less than 8, then you just don't play with that color. So it wasn't that big of a deal. But then a few weeks after that, I'd gotten an email back from Blue Orange saying, hey, sorry we didn't get back to you. Things have been hectic, what with the current events going on in our country, and we've sent you, we've mailed you out the replacement piece. And I was like, what's going on in their country? And so I Googled, and I think it's the iHeart Games. I can't remember if it was who I emailed. I think it was probably the iGames, I think. But I discovered that they were in the Ukraine, and so their current events was a war going on, and they were a little bit late in response according to their standards. I didn't think it was too late, and they still mailed off the pieces. And when they sent that email, it was kind of like, well, I kind of feel bad for complaining about a piece missing from a game, even though it wasn't a complaint. It was just, hey, this game was missing a piece. Do you have a replacement? But even with everything that was going on in the Ukraine, they still got the piece out to me, and I would have been perfectly okay if they waited or told me to just shove it.
Stick it, Addison.
So the iGames or Blue Orange, I believe they went above and beyond. Next we'll go AEG. I've got the giant smash up box here because if you watched my previous video, this was a thrift store find, secondhand store find that I got that had everything all together. And going through it, they've got the plastic dividers that go in between all of the cards so you can sort them in here. But I think the Japanese and maybe one of the other expansions, the card that you actually use as a divider is actually a piece that you would play with as well. Instead of printing another piece, they got the divider that has some writing on it for playing purposes. I haven't quite played with those yet, so I don't know exactly how they work. But the box came with dividers that were just the name and a picture, but it didn't have the writing on it for how you play the piece. And so I emailed AEG and told them the situation, that I had gotten this used and it was missing 2 of these dividers that are actually playable pieces, and Again, like with Cellafair and Gloomhaven, I asked, is it possible to purchase those so I could play with them? And they emailed me out replacement dividers for that. And uh, again, the fact that they were missing was not their fault at all. And I told them, hey, I bought this secondhand. It's not even, I didn't even buy it new from a store, or I didn't buy it directly from AEG, and it was missing something, and I was willing to pay for it. But they were nice enough to send that out. As a second aside, I had kickstarted the Thunderstone Advance, and they came with these sets of plastic sleeves that in the first release of these sleeves, they were different sizes, different heights, and it was different widths. And so it was very noticeable when you were trying to shuffle these cards together that some were wider than others, and it really made it difficult to randomize when you were shuffling. And so they had I emailed them, and they sent out some replacement sleeves for me, and they were kind of the same way because they were from that same first printing. But I was able to, with the two sets of sleeves that they gave me, I don't think they gave me a full set of replacements, but a package like this. And what I would do is I would sleeve the cards, and then after a while I would compare the widths. And I can't remember if it was more of them were wide than narrow. I think there were more wide ones than narrow. And so I would go through and just take the ones that were different, unsleeve those, sleeve them with some new ones, try them together, and I was able to cobble together a set for Thunderstone Quest that were all the same width. And so that was good. But something I thought was neat was I got an email from them with I think it was the latest Kickstarter, that they were aware of the problem with the first edition sleeves, and they were going to make that right for people. And so they offered replacement sleeves. I think a pack like this, you could get 6 of them, and for if you went to the store and got these, they had these priced at $100,000 for the replacements here. But then if you put in the code that was provided in the email that was sent out to all the initial Kickstarter people, they gave you a code that would cut it down to $1. And so I wish I had taken a screenshot, because it was pretty funny putting 6 of these in my cart and having the total be $600,000 to buy. And then I can't remember exactly why. I think it was because I was paying with PayPal, but the coupon code didn't automatically reflect the new price. And so I was like, when I clicked the button to get redirected back to AG's site, it was still showing the 600,000. It's like, okay, what's PayPal gonna think if the coupon didn't work, and I'm paying $600,000 for this, because I don't have 600,000 in my PayPal account, and so that would have been a disaster. But I thought it was really nice of them to offer these replacement sleeves, and I was able to use those sleeves to finish out the expansions for Thunderstone that I needed to sleeve, and I had some left over to do Smash Up as well. And so that's twice that AEG has really done well with the customer service, and I think had gone above and beyond what was necessary. My last one is Ravensburger. Ravensburger. I bought Carpe Diem off of Amazon. They had a sale going on, and this was really cheap. And this was one that I really wanted to try because I'd seen people play, and the this is some people's favorite Stefan Feld, and I enjoy Stefan Feld games, and so I wanted to try it. So I got it from Amazon, and I opened it up and started punching out the pieces, and I realized that I was missing quite a few of the cardboard bits. And so I believe their cardboard sheets were numbered like 1 through 7 or something like that, and I was missing 2 of the cardboard sheets. And so I sent an email saying, this is the previous edition. They've got a newer print since now. This might have been why it was on sale. I don't know, but I specified that it was this edition, this publication date, and I was missing the 2 punch out cardboard sheets, and asked if they had replacements so I could play the game. And I got an email back saying that they would get those replacements out to me, and then I totally forgot about it for quite a while. It was a few weeks, and honestly, I had totally forgotten about it. And then a box arrived in the mail, and when I opened it up, it had a new copy of the latest printing. Let's try to get away the glare out of the way. And so this is a complete new version of the game, and so they may not have had the cardboard bits for the old ones in stock anymore, and they replaced it with a whole complete game. And so I was really thankful for that, because if I couldn't get the pieces for this, then the game was going to be unplayable. And I don't really know what I'm going to do with this. I might take the pieces and maybe post on Boardgame Geek on the forums that I have some replacement pieces if people are needing some, because I don't want to just throw this away. I think most of it could go in recycle, but as it stands, I now have this one. We haven't gotten it to the table yet, but it's complete and we can. And I really want to thank Ravensburger for doing this, because this was, I feel, beyond what was required to make things right. And so that's it. That's we got 1, 2, 3, 4. We got 5 publishers here who, to varying degrees, I think had gone above and beyond what was necessary for customer service. And I think that they did a great job, at least in my case. Other people might have horror stories, but they're not sponsors. We don't have any sponsors for this channel. I don't have any contacts with these publishers. They're just publishers that I found through the past couple years, that when I had a problem, they stepped forward in a big way and made it right, even when I felt like they weren't responsible, like in the case of a used game, or buying an older version of the game and it missing pieces, and dogs chewing things and things like that. So what is your experiences with these publishers, maybe with other publishers? I'd kind of like to hear some comments of the publishers that are doing things right and do go above and beyond, and just get some of that positivity out there about the game publishers out there, because they're not all horrible people who try to push their mistakes onto other people. So anyways, that's enough for that. If you like our videos, like what we're doing, we're working on correcting those videos that were missing some audio, and we'll redo those and get those out. But I just wanted to do a couple quick ones just to to carry us over while we get those done. Uh, Please like and subscribe. Comment about the your experiences with publishers, and we would love to have you along on our journey as we keep talking about board games, playing board games, and deciding which ones to keep. Great. Talk to you later. Bye.